Hello everyone. I, Vidhi Thakur, welcome all the participants to Physiotherapy Aspirant Program organized by Ashok and Rita Patel Institute of Physiotherapy, Charusat University, Changa. This webinar is being recorded for your information. So I request all the participants to write their registration ID as well as if they have any questions related to the webinar to type in the chat box. So I request all the participants of this program to enter their registration ID into the chat box. Today, we have with us Dr. Rahul Tiwari, who has procured his dual mastership degree in sports physiotherapy as well as Masters in Science of Sports Biomechanics. He has worked at National Institute of Sport and has trained Olympic level Indian athletes. As well as he's also a recipient of a prestigious Sports Physiotherapy of India Research Scholarship. So here, let's have Dr. Rahul Tiwari to shed some light on buzzing biomechanics. Over to you, sir. Again, I request all the participants to enter their registration ID in the chat box and keep their audios muted. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am, for the introduction and for the words. A very good morning to one and all, respected sir, respected ma'ams, and my dear friends. I hope you all had a great weekend, the last weekend, and had a great celebration of Raksha Bandhan at your place. And I hope you all are healthy and safe as well. That is the most important thing for for a time being. And today, as it has been told that the topic will be the buzzing biomechanics, and I will be throwing some light on what is biomechanics and how could you use biomechanics. I'm sure many of you have heard this term the first time, like the biomechanics. So I will try to explain you something about this thing. What do you mean by biomechanics and how biomechanics can help you for an aspirant physiotherapist, like in terms of sports, in terms of clinical, in terms of your observation skills, in terms of your assessment skill. And let me, before just starting my session, I just want to let you know that as the aspirant physiotherapist, the most important thing for a physiotherapist is obviously the treatment part, which we carried out to our patient. But along with that, like before treatment, what comes is called assessment. So if you are good at assessment is nothing but analyzing something to find out something. Okay, so if you are good at the assessment part, the treatment part will be very easy for you. That is nothing. The treatment, no, everyone you will go through the 4 year of DPT and then internship, though you will come to know about the treatment. That is not a rocket science. But the main thing is to find out the problem. What is the problem? The person is suffering from, what is the disease person is suffering from, and what is the condition you have to treat. So to diagnose that particular thing is more important. And in the diagnosis part or in the assessment part, biomechanics help you to do that in the detail. How? I'll let you know. Okay, so let me just share my screen. Yeah, go. Okay, so once again, I welcome you all to the Physiotherapy Aspirant Foundation Program, PH Pro, and today's I will be talking about the buzzing biomechanics. So, can you all see this picture on my screen?
Yes,
okay,
sir.
And obviously this person, yeah, okay, ma'am. So obviously this person is Virat Kohli. Everyone is very well-known face in world, okay, and especially in India. And the person besides him in the blue T-shirt, does anyone, any of the participant can able to tell me who is he? This person. Anyone can unmute yourself and can tell me. If I'll count to 3, 1, 2, or 3. Okay, no problem. So he is Patrick Farhat. He is the physiotherapist for Indian cricket team. He is here since last 4-5 years. Okay, so by looking at this particular slide, it will be very clear that I will be talking more about sports and the terms, the biomechanical terminology in terms of sports. So if you guys are interested in sports, and if you play any sports or you love watching sports, then this will be a, doing a master's in physiotherapy is one of the option for you guys after your BPT thing. And in this today's topic or the webinar, I will be dealing something about the sports biomechanics, the clinical biomechanics, the role of biomechanics, and how could it help you in the assessment kind of thing and everything. Okay, so first off, but before that, we just want to know what do you mean by biomechanics? Right, the first and the foremost question. So especially the bio means life. You all know. You have the subject biology in your +1 and +2, and you must have studied something about the life. What is human life? What is human body? And the mechanics is nothing, but it is the oldest of the physical science. Or in short term, I can say it is a physics. So the application of physics into the life, into the human body, it is called biomechanics. What do you mean? And the very specific definition of mechanics is it is a branch of applied mechanics. It deals with the motion and the forces producing motion. So basically, no, when I'm telling the application of physics into the human body, then I mean the laws and principle of physics, the Newton's law, which you have already studied, the lever principle, the projectile motion, and the force, velocity, acceleration that you have already studied during your high schools. So we are just applying that laws and principle to the human body. And there is a profession, there is a course called mechanical engineer. The many of your friends who are from mathematics background must have opted for the this engineering course. And in engineering, there is a field called mechanical engineer who basically works with the machines. So what a mechanical engineer does with the machine, exactly same a biomechanics does with a human body. So if I say a biomechanist as a human engineer, it is not wrong. Although the human body is also a machine, right? So moving further, the definition of biomechanics, it says that it is the science which concerned with the forces on the human body and the effect produced by these forces. And when I'm talking about forces, the forces means the internal force or the external force. The internal means which is coming inside from my body. The external one means which is which is outside. So the internal one is obviously my muscular, the force of my muscles. The external one is everything else, because everything is producing force or everything is exerting force on one another. Nothing is possible without force. If you are sitting right in front of your computer or your laptop, it is because of the force produced by your muscles to be, to keep you in a stable position. If you can walk, it is just because the force you are generating from your muscle and which is allowing you to, put your leg ahead or in the desired direction. It is just because of the force. And the study of that force in motion or in movement is called biomechanics. There is one more definition, and which says that it is the area wherein the knowledge and methods of mechanics are applied to the structure and function of living human system. So it is an elaborated terminology called the knowledge of mechanics. Mechanics, I told you, what is mechanics? The physics. The application of that particular physics into the human body is called biomechanics. Right? So it is a kind of the if you are having interest in machines, if you are having interest in the mechanics is nothing but the functioning. If you are having interest in that particular thing, yeah, it is a good subject for you then. So it is nothing but a movement science. In layman terminology, in common sense, I can say a biomechanics as a movement science. Whatever movement you do, or whatever movement a person do, human body does, okay, A biomechanist can analyze that particular thing and can give his or her input in order to perform, to enhance the performance, in order to prevent the injuries, and in order to rehabilitate the things, to treat the things. So in all three aspects, the biomechanics subjects can help you, right? So when I'm saying the no performance enhancement, I'm basically yeah, specifically in sports, it involves in the enhancement of the performance of a sports person. But for a non-sports person also, the performance means when I'm walking, I'm performing something, right? So in that manner also biomechanics can help you, not specifically in sports, but as normal also it will help you. So obviously we have to talk about motion. What is motion? The motion is nothing but the movement which, or the process which brings our body or body parts from one position to another position is called motion. Again, the no new term for you guys. The motion is of three types: the linear motion, which carried out in a linear fashion or in a straight line; the rotatory, where the motion is in the rotation; in the angles, the motion is carried out at angles; and the general is the combination of both. And I'm sorry if I'm going into a much detail, but this is mandatory part that I have to tell you. The biomechanics is having two distinct paths. The one is called kinematics and the other one is called kinetics. Okay, these are the only term which I'm using. Okay, so I will not go beyond that particular thing for now. So the kinematics means it describes the motion of the body, like how far the body moves, how long the body moves, how consistent a body moves. This all comes under the kinematics, like distance, displacement, speed, velocity, acceleration. These are the parameters basically which describe the motion. Like the motion was, it was with high velocity, it was with high acceleration, it was in high speed, it went so much long, it went only this much long, like this. So this is called kinematics. And the second terminal, and again, we can use it in both the thing, linear motion and the angular motion. The second thing is kinetics. So kinetics basically tells us what causes a body to move. What is the cause of that body to move? And the ultimate cause is nothing but force. You just think by yourself. Can you do anything without force, without applying force? If you are standing from sitting position, you have to apply force from your muscles to contract them so that the muscle, initiate your joints to move. If you want to, increase your speed, you have to apply force. If you want to stop, again, you need to apply force. You want to change the direction, you need to apply force. You want to change the shape of anything, you need to apply force. So that ultimate cause of any body to move is called kinetics. And when the force come into play, that particular thing is called kinetics. Right? And it involves force and its derivatives. So this is what, again, we can study this kinetics into linear and angular both, all the types of motion. So this is what the basic of biomechanics. I hope I make a little bit sense to you guys. What do you mean by biomechanics? It is clear. And what are the distinct path of biomechanics? Okay. Then I will be specifically talking about the biomechanics in sports. How a biomechanics can help you in sports. Okay, so the first point which I will be focusing on, that will be the evaluation of existing techniques. These all are some of the instruments which I will be telling you in the end, like what all instrument we can use in the biomechanics. So obviously in biomechanics, we are analyzing something. So the analyzing something means we are using some of the instruments to analyze something. Okay, and although biomechanics a bit costlier science, it is not possible for everywhere to have all the equipments. But again, we can do the analysis. Believe me, we can do the analysis without having a costlier equipment. We can use it with our mobile phone also. I will tell you how. So the first use of biomechanics is we can evaluate the technique which is being already used. Although I have just mentioned the sports biomechanics, but you can correlate in the normal as well, the same thing. So whatever technique you are using for now, we can evaluate that. And to evaluate that, we need to have knowledge of biomechanics. How? Because biomechanics consists of the structure and function of living human body. Okay, like what is your structure and how it is getting function. And then it involves the mechanics. Mechanics means how the machine works, how the human joint works. So if you have the knowledge of this particular thing, the structure and function of human body and the mechanics, then you can evaluate the technique, whether the technique you are doing is optimum or not, whether it will give you the optimum result or not. The second thing is to find out the faults in the execution of the technique. It is like, no, it is very, if you have performed something, if you performed anything and there was any fault, how do we come to know what is there any fault? Because there is no movement, there is no optimum result come out from that. You thought of doing something else but you get something else. So there must be some fault. To find out that particular fault, we need to have knowledge about this particular thing. What? The structure and function and the mechanics. Like this person is lifting the barbell. So whether the spine is in neutral position or not, whether the holding of that barbell is accurate or not. This person is throwing the javelin. Okay, so whether he's holding the javelin at right angle or not, whether he's applying optimum force or not. This person is well known again, Sachin Tendulkar, and this time Sachin Tendulkar unfortunately get bowled. He's bowled out. And I'm 100% sure that Sachin Tendulkar is having 10 more ways to play this particular ball. But this time he was execute to fail. He was failed to execute. Right? So we need to find out the fault. But more importantly, to find out fault of anyone is very easy. Oh, you have done this thing wrong. You have done that thing wrong. This is very easy. But the more important part is to find out the cause of the fault. And again, for that perspective, the biomechanics help you to go into detail about that fault. What is the fault? If you work on that particular cause, it will help you to improve that, or it will help you to to overcome that particular fault. The next one is the development of new technique, which may be better than the existing technique. It is not only limited to analysis part, but always you can develop the new technique, which may be better than, or which may give you the better result with less effort sometime. So for that, you need to have knowledge of biomechanics. We can always not only technique, but training aspect also, because every sports or everything, every movement requires specific training of particular person. Like if I'm playing cricket, if I'm playing football, if I'm playing volleyball, if I'm playing basketball, all the 4 sports require different kinds of training. That is individualized or specific. So I need to identify the demand of the body, and as per the demand, I need to train the body. For that, again, I need to have knowledge of structure and function of human body, and I need to have knowledge about the mechanics or the motion part. What all movements are being carried out, and to improve that particular movement, what all exercise I need to do. Then the development of training exercise and equipment. Not only limited to the training or the exercise, we can always develop the new training exercise also, and which may be better than the existing one. Although it is not possible for everywhere to have all the equipments, the fully equipped gymnasium or fully equipped training center. It is not possible everywhere. So we have to think out of the box, and we have to create some new exercise technique which can fulfill the gap. And for that, again, what we have to have knowledge of structure and function of human body, and the mechanics, physics. Then the quantification of motor abilities. This is one of my favorite role of biomechanics. It is like, it helps you. Motor abilities are the one which help you to carry out any skill. Okay, like your speed, your strength, these all are the motor abilities. So if you have the a better knowledge of biomechanics, if you can evaluate the things, if you can assess the speed of some person, if you can assess the strength of some particular person, you can always quantify the things to uh, compare it after training. Let's say if you are doing something, if you are training, or if you are testing someone now, if you are assessing someone now, okay, and you trained him or her for, let's say, 2 or 3 weeks or 3 months, after then you can again test them or evaluate them, then you can compare the result between from now and from then. So this is one of my favorite role of biomechanics. Then the development of biomechanical principle as general orientation. This is again a sports specific thing or the movement specific thing. If you generate, if you start, using biomechanics, no, if you know or you don't know, ultimately you have to use the principles of mechanics in your movement. It is getting if you are standing, Newton third law is playing. If you are running or you are walking, along with the Newton's other law, the lever functions play. So it is like, you know or don't know, that doesn't matter. The principle has to be applied. But if you know the principles, you can always apply them to get optimum result out of it, right? And in the last, I always says my student that if you are not assessing, you are just guessing. And if you make habits of assess something, you will be, you will be in the position to compare your work, or you will be in the position to find out the efficacy of your work which you have done on that particular person, right? So this is all about the role of biomechanics in sports. But yes, biomechanics can work you in the clinics as well, in the clinical aspect as well. So you can always assist any kind of movement in the clinic. You can work with the pediatrics, like the child's infant, like the special child. You must have known, you must have come across some of the child which are having a cerebral palsy, or they are not normal. So nowadays there are so many surgeries which are possible for them, and before getting them into the surgery, they are taking help of a biomechanics to find out the exact position or the exact orientation of that particular, the orientation of movement. Basically the orientation of bone and muscle we can find out using so many different investigations like X-ray and CT scan, MRI and all. But the orientation of movement can be find out the using this kind of techniques, right? The gait analysis, walking analysis, running analysis, all we can do using such kind of instruments. Movement quality is the part where, like, it is one of the, again, the important aspect of biomechanics, where we can identify the quality of any movement. Okay, whether no, when we see something, and especially in sports, we have a tendency as a spectator, we have a tendency that okay, this shot was not good, this movement was good, wow, he has done fantastic. We have this particular kind of tendency. So basically we are, appreciating or we are criticizing that particular moment or movement. Okay, so the quality of that movement. But how to identify that quality of movement? For that, again, you need to have knowledge about movements. You need to have knowledge about mechanics. So it is like there are two things. There is a cause and there is an effect. If you are doing, you will get something. So the doing is the cause and getting is the effect. So whether what the cause is effective or not to get something, and on this particular scenario and on this particular picture, your movement qualities depend. Like the cause will depend on the equipment, on the material, on the process, on the measurement. Whether every one of this is optimum or not, the good quality or not, then obviously the quality of your movement will hamper. And again, the quality of movement can be analyzed using some points like movement rhythm, it is there or not. Movement coupling means more than one movement it is there or not. Movement precision means the degree of conformity. The movement amplitude means how far your body parts move. If I want to throw something, if I throw here only, I will not get such result. If I use or I stretch my hand at the full, I will get the maximum result out of it. The movement flow, it is there or not. So this all are points which I use to evaluate the movement qualities. So for this thing, you need to have the knowledge about movements, how the movement is being carried out, and what are the factors behind that particular movement. The last session of my, or the last part of my today's presentation will be focused on the equipment, techniques, and the analysis which we are using in the biomechanics. So analysis is generally, I told you, the analysis is, what the biomechanics do. Biomechanics works on a simple principle, which is basically derived from the Britishers. When the Britishers come in India, what they have done, they done the divide and rule kind of thing. They divide us among different societies, and they rules on us. So the biomechanics does the same thing. Biomechanics divide the whole movement into different subcategories or certain subparts, and we rule on them. Let's say if I'm having a one movement, and that movement is called let's say javelin throw. All of you must have seen the javelin throw. Javelin is nothing but a kind of rod, a big rod pointed at one end. A person has to run and he has to throw. Okay, and whose javelin is at the far end, he will be the winner. It is like that. So when a person is throwing a javelin, okay, first he has to run. So I have divided that into the running. I separate the running portion different. Okay, then the second thing is he has to take the stance. So that is the second part of my analysis. Then the third thing is he is throwing. The fourth thing is he's getting stable again. The process after throwing, and the final thing is coming back to the normal. So for all of you, for everyone, it is a single movement. And what that movement was? Javelin throw. But for me, as a biomechanist, I divide that movement into 5 different parts. And as an analysis prospect, I basically analyze every part separately. Right? So that it will be easy for me to analyze only 20% out of the 100% at a time. Then first I do this 20%, then I'll do this 20%, then this 20%, likewise. And then I try to club this 20-20 together, then this 20-20 together, and then try to combine all of them together. So the analysis will be whole. Okay. So at a time, at a stretch, there is no need to analyze for 100%. So it will be easy for me to analyze in the parts. And at the same time, I can give you the analysis in detail. You must have seen, so many sports nowadays. If you are fond of watching sports on TV, especially cricket or any football, any sports, during the live match, you can see some kind of analysis. That the batsman technique was this, the bowler technique was this, and this all are what? This all are the analysis, which help them in performing their performance. They help them in improve their performance. And at the same time, the benefit of biomechanics is we can help in prevent the injuries as well. Okay, so this is all about the analysis. And again, the analysis consists of the analysis of body movements, the analysis of mechanics, and ultimately the biomechanical analysis. The equipment, there is one equipment called force platform. It is a kind of equipment where we can do any movement and it gives us a return force. It gives us, it is based on the Newton third law, which you all must know, that every action has equal and opposite reaction. So when you stand on the ground, let's say this is the ground, and when you stand on the ground, okay, your weight is being exerted on the ground. So in reply, the ground will gives you the equal and opposite force as per the Newton third law, and that is called ground reaction force. So this particular equipment work on that particular thing only, that principle only. So it's like if you stand on this particular force platform, it will gives you the same amount of force in return in the opposite direction, and you can analyze your movement using that particular force. There is a detailed thing. When you come into the party, then we'll do that particular thing, right? So this, you just name the activity. You can perform any activity on this particular force platform, and the thing can be happen. Like this particular, you can see the rectangles. These are the force platform. It's 10 o'clock. And we are doing the walking analysis of that particular person. The balance activities here, okay? And the another equipment is called speed light running timer. It is kind of this kind of instrument where the two tripods make a single gate, and it has a laser light. When a person crosses this, when a runner especially crosses this particular beam, the time's record. So again, it will be helpful in the analysis of runners, sport specific again. See, and this is the real picture taken by me only. He's a long jumper. He's an Indian national long jumper, and this was the picture at Patiala. And this is again this. You can find me here. This is me, and I'm testing using that speed light running timer. I'm testing the hockey players there in Patiala only. Okay, and coming to the video analysis, the important aspect of biomechanics, that we can always analyze. This is the picture taken by me only at the weightlifting department of the NIS Patiala, and I was checking the weightlifting of this particular athlete, where the bar is moving, whether the movement of the bar is proper or not. We can always give input to the coaches and the player in order to enhance the performance, to find out the angles, to find out the posture. We can do the video analysis, right? The 3D motion analysis is the it is the trend nowadays. You must have seen so many animated movies nowadays. So they are basically working on the biomechanical principle. What they do, they basically have a set of cameras, a set of camera like this. So many cameras are there, and they applied these reflective markers on your body, and that particular cameras only note or only capture the markers. Based on this marker, we have to make this kind of stick diagram. And on this stick diagram, you can put any face on this. So the face of a lion, or face of a giant, or face of a dragon, anything. So this animation industry basically work on this. And as a biomechanics, we use it to analyze in detail the 3D analysis. Okay, so the last picture of my presentation, here are some of the physiotherapists who are involved with the sports activities. You can see the physiotherapist of England cricket team, the physiotherapist with Virat Kohli. Again, he's Nitin Patel from Gujarat only, and not only male, but female also. You can see. She's the sports physiotherapist of a New Zealand cricket team, and she's the only female sports physiotherapist of Indian women's cricket team. Okay, and she was the first, like she is the only one who since beginning. Okay, and her name is Anjum Pandit. Anjum Pandit. Yeah. So it is not like for males only the field is open. For females also the field is very wide. Nowadays we are having this thing. The sports is now a trend in India. So we can always move in this particular field. So that's it from my presentation. And if you have any kind of doubt, you can ask me, or I would love to help. Okay. Yeah. And just a second. Just a second. I just want to share one more thing, that This is my contact information. If you need to ask anything about the biomechanics or anything about sports physiotherapists, you can always contact me. That's my personal number and that's my official email ID. Okay, you can always contact me for any kind of thing. So I would be happy to happy. I would be love to help you. Okay, yeah, that's it from my side. And over to you, ma'am, Vidhi ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir, for such an enlightening webinar. Now,
Thank you.
the session is open for questions from the participants. We have already received a few. Let's ask those questions to sir. Sir, I have received a question that is it necessary to have expert from biomechanics for every sports?
Ma'am, as nowadays sports is into the trend and the government is doing so much for sports nowadays. So they are having a biomechanics laboratory at one institution level, at one training center. Like nowadays, they are having it on the government level, like they are having it at Patiala, at Bangalore, at Delhi. Now they are having, and that particular laboratory is looking after every sports involved in that particular academy, because it is a costlier science. I told you again, it is not possible to have separate laboratories for all the sports. So they are having one laboratory, and one laboratory is looking for all the sports at particular academy.
That's good to hear, sir. The other question is pertaining to what are the prospects for an MSc kinesiology in the future?
Oh, very interesting question. So the MSc kinesiology is a field which basically, the kinesiology is a term basically which involves the structure and function of human body. Okay, which I was telling you during my presentation. So when you do your MSc in kinesiology, it will help you to move into both the direction, into the sports specific direction and into the clinical direction as well, and it will help you to be the movement scientist as the biomechanics can do.
Okay. I have received another question which directly is related to biomechanics, sir. It's a question that what is the relevance of biomechanics in day-to-day activity? For example, if somebody is standing in a bus or traveling by train, will biomechanics have any role pertaining to such kind of activity?
Yes, ma'am. Again, these are the parts which I missed in my presentation because of the time constraint. So it is like, let's say when you are in a train or you are in a bus, okay, when you are sitting there and the bus is also standing, when suddenly the bus moves, okay, what is the tendency of you? You basically, throw backs. You will go like this. This is because your this is called inertia. Inertia is your the present status, your current position. So the inertia of bus has moved, but yours was at rest. So in order to cope up with that inertia of the bus, you need to you need to spend some fraction of seconds to come up, and then suddenly when the bus stops, the bus stops, but you tends to go forward like this, like this. So again, your inertia was at motion, but the bus stopped. So again, you will take a fraction of second to cope up with the inertia of that bus, so that you will be at motion, at rest. So the inertia can be at rest or it can be at motion. So biomechanics is everywhere. It is like the maximum of the injuries which are happening in sports also, in normal life also. It is because of the faulty biomechanics. Means the faulty movement, the maximum energy. You just analyze by yourself. If you have had any injury, it may be because of the faulty movements, maximum of the time. So everywhere it is there.
Thank you so much, sir. I have one more question from one of our participants.
Yes,
They wish to know that the scope which you just highlighted pertaining to masters in sports physiotherapy, what is the scope when we compare India with the international situation and international universities?
Specifically the Master of Sports Physiotherapy, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, ma'am. As again I told you that sports is being a train in India, and the government of India has started the university sports or games as well, called Khelo India. Okay, and various states like Gujarat also, Gujarat is having Khel Mahakumbh kind of thing. So various different the states are having this particular thing only, and the people are getting, they know, they are oriented about there is a thing called sports physiotherapy. So sports physiotherapy not only help you in getting treatment of the injury, but they are helping them in uh, injury prevention perspective also. So if the player is not getting injured for a long, ultimately he will get motivated and his performance level will be enhanced because he will be trying to give more every time. So by having this scenario in mind for the coaches, for the trainer, and for the academies, yes, the perspective of sports physiotherapists or the training of sports therapists in India and worldwide is getting increased, is getting enhanced. So there is a endless the opportunity for you guys to be a sports physiotherapist.
Well, thank you so much, sir, for such an enlightening sessions. It was really wonderful to have you with us discussing about the biomechanics. I hope our audience would have got a gist of what biomechanics is and what is the future scope of it is pertaining to physiotherapy.